For a movie that hasn't even been released yet, imagine having an audio leak, a star-studded cast, a brand new story set decades before the Minions we know, or a chance to turn Hollywood itself into the biggest playground of chaos ever created. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening with Minions and Monsters, the next big chapter in the Despicable Me universe. This time, the lovable yellow troublemakers aren't helping a villain conquer the world. Instead, they're chasing a dream that might be even more dangerous, making their own monster movie. The story takes us all the way back to the 1920s, nearly 40 years before the events of the first Minions movie. This is a completely different era, filled with old Hollywood glamour, silent movie stars, giant film studios, strange inventions, or endless opportunities. While most people are trying to become movie legends, the Minions have their own ridiculous idea. They want to create the greatest monster film ever made. Of course, if you've watched any Minions movie before, you already know one thing. Nothing ever goes according to plan. A simple task can turn into absolute disaster within seconds. Therefore, the idea of a group of minions trying to run a movie production sounds like the perfect recipe for chaos. One of the most interesting parts of this film is its setting. Instead of modern cities, secret laboratories, or villain headquarters, the movie explores classic Hollywood during the golden age of filmmaking. Early reactions from promotional material suggest a world packed with vintage movie sets, old-school cameras, bizarre creatures, dramatic actors, or countless visual jokes hidden in every frame. It feels like Illumination is mixing classic monster movies with the unpredictable humor that made the Minions a global phenomenon. For longtime fans, this movie represents something special. Since their debut in Despicable Me back in 2010, the Minions have evolved from supporting characters into one of animation's biggest attractions. Their popularity became so massive that they received their own successful spin-off franchise. Those films explored their history, their search for masters, or their hilarious adventures across different decades. Now, Minions and Monsters is pushing the concept even further by diving into Hollywood's past. Behind the scenes, the project is being directed by Pierre Coffin, the creator most closely associated with the Minions. If you've ever wondered who gives those little yellow characters their strange voices, that's actually Coffin himself. His return is giving many fans confidence because he understands exactly what makes these characters work. The screenplay was written alongside Brian Lynch, who has also played a major role in shaping the humor of previous Minions films. The voice cast is surprisingly impressive. Alongside Pierre Coffin returning as the Minions, the film features names like Christoph Waltz, Jeff Bridges, Jesse Eisenberg, Zoey Deutch, Allison Janney, Bobby Moynihan, Phil Lamar, or Trey Parker. That's an unusual combination of talent that suggests the movie could deliver much more than simple slapstick comedy. One casting choice already has fans talking. Christoph Waltz is set to voice a character named Max, while Jeff Bridges will portray the head of a film studio. Considering both actors are known for bringing strong personalities to their roles, many viewers are curious about how these characters will influence the Minions' movie-making adventure. Another major change involves the music. For the first time in the Despicable Me franchise, composer Heitor Pereira is stepping away from scoring duties. Instead, acclaimed composer John Powell will handle the soundtrack. If that name sounds familiar, it's because Powell has created some of the most memorable scores in modern animation. Therefore, fans are expecting a fresh musical identity that still captures the energy of the franchise. One surprising story surrounding the movie happened months before release. During a test screening, someone reportedly recorded the film's entire audio track illegally. The recording eventually found its way online, creating unexpected buzz across fan communities. While leaks are never ideal for studios, they often generate curiosity. Therefore, many people who weren't even aware of the project suddenly started talking about it. The movie itself was originally scheduled for a much later release. However, Universal decided to move it forward, giving it a prime summer release window. That's a strong sign of confidence. Studios usually reserve those dates for films they believe can attract massive audiences. Considering the Despicable Me franchise has earned billions of dollars worldwide, it's easy to understand why Universal sees Minions and Monsters as one of its biggest animated releases. What might make this film stand out from previous Minions Adventures is its focus on creativity rather than villainy. Instead of serving evil masterminds, the Minions are chasing an artistic dream. That's a funny concept, because these characters can barely follow simple instructions. Watching them attempt to direct actors, build movie sets, manage special effects, or work with actual monsters could create some of the franchise's funniest moments yet. There's also a nostalgic element that older viewers may appreciate. Classic monster movies help shape modern entertainment. Films featuring vampires, giant creatures, mad scientists, or mysterious beasts captured imaginations for generations. By placing the Minions inside that world, Illumination has an opportunity to celebrate cinema history while still delivering family-friendly comedy. As of now, Minions and Monsters is scheduled to premiere at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival before arriving in theaters on July 1, 2026. Early marketing suggests Universal believes this could become one of the biggest animated events of the year. The real question is simple. Can a group of chaotic yellow creatures successfully create a monster movie without destroying Hollywood in the process? Knowing the Minions, the answer is probably no. However, that's exactly why audiences love them. One thing is certain: if this film delivers the same heart, humor, or unforgettable madness that turned the Minions into global icons, fans could be looking at another massive hit for Illumination. Therefore, keep your eyes on this one, because the summer of 2026 might belong to the Minions once again.